Welcome to the NC Spin After Spin. Additional comments from our panelists just available on our website. Chris Fitzsimon, what do you wish you had said on last week's show, but you didn't get a chance to?
Well, we obviously talked a lot about the coronavirus, Secretary Cohen, and I thought you did a great interview with her, talked about the statistics. One thing I read recently from the CDC, a study that was done about 10 days ago they just had a sample of 500 people who were in the hospital. 20% of the people who were in the hospital were younger than 25. 12% of the people who were in ICU because of the coronavirus were under 45, too. So it is true that the fatality rate, it appears from all the statistics, as the Secretary said, far more lethal and deadly if you're over 65 or you're more vulnerable, and if you have an underlying condition and you're not over 65. But I think it's a mistake to say to people who are 40 years old or 25 years old, if you get this virus, don't worry about it. That's true in a lot of cases. It's also true that you might be in the hospital. It's also true that you might be in intensive care and have permanent lung damage. This is why I think it's so important to have some balance, as we talked about on the show.
So we may be overcooking this.
Well, I just think I think there's a perception somehow that was understandable, created by the science, that says if you're over 65, you're at risk if you're over 65 or you have an underlying health condition. Maybe you have an underlying health condition and you don't know, but if 20% of the people in the hospital are under 45, something else, it's dangerous to a lot of people, I guess is my point. That's the reason for all these stay-at-home orders, not just to stop the infection, but to stop the infection in people who don't even realize they have it. I mentioned Governor Kemp in Georgia making the absurd statement that if you're asymptomatic, you can't spread it. What I wish we had was more attention on the national level. I do wish the president would come to the podium and say 5 things every day. One is, here's how you get it, remind everybody of this. I mean, Dr. Fauci does it sometimes. He's not even there all the time. You can still get to being hospitalized. There's a lot of things that we sort of need everybody to understand. And one thing is, it's not just affecting people who are old.
Amen. Well, thanks for watching the After Spin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.